Hi, my name is Genevieve, and you're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So according to reports, December should be the month of the heavyweights. December should be a very explosive month. We already have Vladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua, or Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko. That's most likely going to be December 10th out there in the UK. And now we have another really good fight, another good heavyweight fight, which is Joseph Parker against Andy Ruiz, the battle of the undefeateds. Now, and I thought it was pretty interesting what Joseph Parker had to say about Andy Ruiz's power when they sparred against each other back in 2013. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and quote exactly what he said. Quote, "I remember when I sparred with him in 2013, he had a lot of power. I was saying to someone else, he was the only one who punched me the hardest I've ever been punched before and ripped my mouth. I couldn't eat for about 3 days, so I know he's got a lot of power and he's got a lot of experience. But I know if I have a great training camp, I know I will beat anyone in the world." So that's what Joseph Parker had to say about Andy Ruiz's skill and his power. Now, this is what Ruiz said when Ruiz found out that Joseph Parker said this, because Ruiz, he didn't even know that he had hurt Joseph Parker as bad as he did. This is what Andy Ruiz had to say. "I was kind of surprised because it didn't seem like he was really hurt in sparring. The first time we sparred, there was some good exchanges. He's pretty fast. He likes to throw combinations as well. We were both exchanging, and I guess I got there first. I kind of dazed him. I rocked him pretty good. In his last fight against Dimitrenko, he beat this guy fast, but from his other fights, I don't think he looked that good. My pressure and the speed of working the body and head at the same time, I think I can do what I did in sparring. This is the best fight I could have for the world title." End quote. I completely agree with everything Andy Ruiz just said. I do believe that his body work, I believe his inside work is going to be a problem for Joseph Parker. If you guys watch Joseph Parker against Takam, Takam was giving Joseph Parker a lot of problems. Every time he got close to Joseph Parker, every time he got Joseph Parker on the ropes, Joseph Parker, he acted like he didn't know what to do. He looked extremely uncomfortable throughout that fight. A lot of people thought Carlos Takam actually beat Joseph Parker. And we all know that Andy Ruiz is much, much better than Carlos Takam. Andy Ruiz is so funny because even though he looks like he's out of shape, he's not a muscle-bound type of heavyweight like an Anthony Joshua. But what's crazy is Andy Ruiz, he might be the quickest. He may have the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. His speed is almost like that of a middleweight or a welterweight. I've watched him spar on many occasions live, and I've always been really impressed with Andy Ruiz's speed and his intelligence and his skill set in the ring. He's a very crafty fighter, beautiful combinations he throws, and he has a lot of experience, just like Joseph Parker said. I thought that was pretty interesting when Joseph Parker said that Andy Ruiz was the hardest puncher he's ever faced. You got to remember, they're most likely sparring with 16-ounce gloves or even bigger, right? They're going to be fighting with 10-ounce gloves. So I see this as an uphill battle for Joseph Parker. I'm picking Andy Ruiz to win this fight, possibly knocking out Joseph Parker or dominating him and forcing Joseph Parker to just hold all night and try to survive. This is not a knock on Joseph Parker. I just think that Andy Ruiz is a much better fighter. I feel that Andy Ruiz, he's comfortable in every position, on the inside, on the outside. I mean, only thing Joseph Parker could really do is keep the fight on the outside and control Andy Ruiz with distance, control him with the jab. But I truly believe that, as the fight progresses, Andy Ruiz, he will find his way on the inside. So that's pretty much all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.